Anna, what do you like most about this team, this year's team, and where's the confidence level right now?
We're all very confident, especially because we just won Big 12s. Also, we have like a great chemistry. We are amazing friends on and off the court. So, and we love each other. We want to win for each other. So that's what I think makes us like a very good team. And obviously, we all are amazing tennis players.
And where do you feel like your team is? Obviously, depth is important. Where's this team stronger this year than it was, say, last year?
I would say we are all like with both feet in. We all like are into tennis very much, and we want to win for each other. And we are great competitors. So, and we have a lot of passion. And so I feel like this team can really do well in NCs this year.
Is there a sense of unfinished business?
Yeah, especially. Yeah, I mean, 2 years ago, we ended up, I think we lost to A&M here, and it was pretty tough. And then last year, we couldn't play. We didn't get to play because of COVID. So that's why I came back for this moment to play NCs with my team. So yeah, I'm finished business here.
How do you feel about that decision? I mean, was it worth it? I mean, just talk about.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally worth it. I mean, it was a chance also for me to grow as a person without my twin sister and try to be a leader of this team without her. And so I feel like this semester I grew a lot, like on the tennis court and also like in school and as a normal person, like just without her and like trying to figure out who I am without her. And like, I feel like this semester helped me a lot there. And I feel like now after this semester is over and my college career is over, I feel like now I'm ready to like move on and focus on myself and try to play professional and see how it goes there.
Roger Wallace, go ahead, please, sir.
Hey, Anna, I know it's about this weekend, but, you know, when you see other teams at UT celebrate the, swim team 2 years ago, the men's tennis team, national championships, how confident are you guys and how excited are you to make your run ranked high? So I'm sure there's a lot expected and you expect a lot from you and your team.
Yeah, I mean, watching other teams in UT winning national championships, obviously, like, it gives me like energy. I mean, they did it and I know we can do it. We have an amazing team. So I feel like we just gotta focus match by match, first playing Denver this Friday, and then obviously on Saturday to qualify for Orlando. But like watching these other teams succeed makes us like more hungry to do it too, because we know we can do it.
Thanks.
Terry Middleton, go ahead, please, sir.
Anna, good afternoon. So you had mentioned that one of the factors is the team has really great tennis players.
Yeah.
What makes you so great? What goes into that greatness? What do you do on a daily basis? What do the other teammates do that make you so consistent at being great?
I just see them working hard every day, and we practice at every lift or conditioning session. We're always there to push each other, and even in practice matches, we just want to like challenge each other and push each other. We want to beat our opponents. And so I feel like the energy and passion that we bring like every day to the court and to the gym, I feel like that's like that passion that we have, and that like we want to win so badly for each other and together. And I see that every day at every practice. So I feel like that's why I get the feeling that we are amazing tennis players and we can do it.
Very good. And do you ever, I'm sure you talk to your sister, but do you still get to play with her? And does she give you tips? Are you still competitive with her? Do you ever get to play on the weekends with her or your off time?
No, she's back in Italy, but we talk like every day. We text and then we FaceTime sometimes. And yeah, I miss playing with her and practicing with her. But honestly, I needed this break and like from her and her tennis and her being successful. I just wanted some time and space for myself. And that's what, that was really what I was looking for to come back here. Obviously to play for Texas one more semester and to find my own space without her. Obviously I miss her, but still I feel like that was good for me.
Sure. And if I could ask you one last question, what did you learn about yourself in this time?
I feel like that I can do it without her, that I'm amazing the way I am and I don't need her to be around to be successful and like keep practicing hard and do well in school and have friends. And so being here alone without her made me realize that I can be successful on my own without her, and I can do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chip Brown, we got a few more minutes. Go ahead, please, sir.
Anna, can you talk about the impact of Peyton Stearns, the freshman, on this team, and who else you think, has impressed you the most this season?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of freshmen coming in. Some of them came in the fall, and then Kylie Collins came this spring. And I mean, Peyton Stearns, she's just like an amazing tennis player. Like I admire her, and she had great results. And whenever I practice with her, I feel I'm under pressure because obviously she has great shots, and she's like super into tennis and very professional. So I learned a lot from her, and I love practicing with her. And then also Kylie Collins joined the team this semester, and same. I mean, she's an amazing tennis player and competitor. She wants to win so badly for her team. And also like she's very fiery on the court like I am. And so I love that energy she brings on the court. And then Malaika also, she came here last semester. She works hard every day. And so she pushes us every day, and that's great. And then we also had Simran and Gabi. They don't play on the team, but they practice with us every day, and they just like made the team like they always like come out and like want like the team to like hang out together and have fun together. So they always bring so much energy to the team, and so I love them. And yeah, that's it. I mean, and you already know the seniors on the team, so.
Howard, what as a coach, what do you like most about this team? I'm not sure people would have thought you'd be the number 2 seed in the NCAA tournament, with the losses you had from last year's team. So what do you like most about this team?
Probably the best way to articulate it is, as you would, our roster would suggest, we were starting, many times 5 of the 6 starters are freshmen, which has its challenges, as you might imagine. But to your question, there's a level of joy that they have with just doing everything, whether it's the competing or whether it's the lazy day in the wind, preparing for a match in Kansas or something like that. There's a level of enthusiasm and joy for just playing tennis and getting to compete and going about it that is actually very powerful. I think one of the dangers, even of very excellent teams that are, and I use the word tentatively when I say professional, but go about their business so professionally, the danger is that it becomes a little hackneyed and a little stale, and these things. There's a freshness and a joy that is pretty uncommon, certainly in doing this for about 20 odd years or so.
And obviously, you knew they were talented freshmen, but did they even exceed your expectation, or how would you say it?
I'd say, I mean, we knew coming in that the players on paper, if you look at sort of the metrics, that dictate how good someone ought to be, would suggest that we could be right at the top. But of course, it is 5 freshmen that haven't done this before. They're all very canny and experienced, playing in professional events and junior tournaments and what have you. So it's not like they fell off the turnip truck, as they say. And yet, the college matches present a different type of attention and stress that they're just unaccustomed to. And so in that respect, the group has far exceeded any reasonable expectation for sure. And the degree to which they have grown and continue to grow has made the team, you know, as you pointed out, the 2 seed, and we shall see how we go.
Thanks.
Terry Middleton, Horns Illustrated. Go ahead, please, for Coach.
Coach, good afternoon, and thanks for spending time with us. I appreciate it. So, you know, your task is to take great players and make them better. And so I'm curious, how did the players make you better as a coach?
Yeah, that is an excellent question, Terry. And you got me stumped. So, but I'll take a swing at it nonetheless. I think the question that I spoke to earlier that Chip asked about sort of this joy of doing it, in contrast or opposed to being very professional and, you know, there's a tension between those things, right? You know, if you're the best, whether you're a surgeon or a doctor or a lawyer or a professional tennis player or whatever it is, there's a craft that you become very good at and you know what your rituals are to perform. But oftentimes in the course of doing that, it can make you stale, you know, and having 5 new, joyful, joyous, very energetic, enthusiastic folks have sort of opened my eyes to maybe not being such an old curmudgeon and being a little more joyful and enjoying the ride and the journey with them. So they've definitely taught me plenty. And you know, over the years, I probably haven't learned enough over the years because that's how that relationship is, you know. But the degree to which I'm receptive to learning from the players helps me help them as well, for sure.
You've raised their bar and they've raised your bar. That's pretty fantastic, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So is there a particular player or maybe players where you've spotted something that you know that they're fantastic players, but there's this one skill that you need to hone, that you need, I say the fine brushstrokes, right? The greats always have these fine brushstrokes. Have you identified any of your players that, you know, you're working on this one skill that's just going to have a 10x effect on them?
Yes. Believe it or not, there I'm well equipped to answer. And I would say this, that with respect to the tennis skills, right, the X's and O's, they're very skilled, and I think I'm a pretty good coach, and we work diligently on those things. But that isn't the area that has represented the biggest growth or the most fertile area for this team to go from being a good team to a great team. What it is without getting, you know, too foofy, it's more sort of the psychological aspect. And if you think about it like this, you know, if I can use just maybe some hackneyed cliches, you know, man comes home from work and the wife asks him something and he's mad, right? I just want to be left alone, make the dinner. You know, again, this is very perhaps not PC, but where I'm going with it is that man in this analogy has the ability, okay, as a person, as a husband in that analogy, to perform well, right? To be attentive to his wife, or to be, you know, childish and mad, and as the cliche suggests. And with all the players, especially these young players over the year, you know, all of us have either this critical voice, okay? It doesn't matter if you're Tiger Woods, you know, you shank the driver on the 17th and there's this critical voice. Oh, here we go again. Yep, you didn't clean your room. Yep, or whatever it is, that critical coach. Or we have inside us, okay, the little child, okay, who's a victim, who's mad, who's angry, you know, who breaks the club. I'm good at that, by the way, on the golf course. And so we all have that, even the great players. If you see Facebook videos of Roger Federer, who we all admire for his grace and so on, if you see him at 16 years old, breaking tennis rackets and going berserk, there's a child there, okay, who's angry and mad. But why he is now the best maybe of all time is he has managed to channel that energy, that ferociousness, to a way that helped them, right? And so he comes to the matches as an adult, not a wounded child breaking rackets or self-critical. And it's in this area that each of our kids, some of them have the critical voice. Here I go again, you know, I didn't clean my room, and you know, I got broken serving for the match again. That critical coach inside of them, or the wounded person who wants to break a racket and sulk and go berserk. And the degree to which this group has identified what they ail from and welcome that in. We all as coaches want to tell our players, be positive, right? Well, of course, the rider of the horse knows to be positive, but the horse is feeling some really nasty things, right? And so we can't outrun what we feel. The degree to which they are able to sort of welcome in the parts of them they don't like, and then let that part take a seat. And when it's time to putt on the 18th green, have the killer show up. That's, if you will call it a cliche again, secret sauce that we are working very hard on, that really determines how the team goes, because the skills, just like anyone, the basketball, I'm sure they hit their 100 jump shots and do what have you, but it's really who is coming to the game. Is it a winner or is it a child? And we all have those parts in us. So long answer, verbose answer, but that is an accurate one.
Wow. Thank you. I have no other words other than that was fantastic. Thank you. I'm going to learn from that. Thank you.
Chip, a couple more for Coach, please.
Howard, you had one loss in a dual match. It's against the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. In that match, I think you had 3 freshmen, you know, who were in tough matches. What did you learn in that match that maybe your team can now take confidence from, or, you know, what lessons were learned from that?
So that is an excellent question, and it hints at what I just spoke about earlier. Don't worry, we're not going to go the 30-minute version, but, you know, sat down. Really what happened in that match with North Carolina, who incidentally have like 4 seniors that were all in the top 10 and haven't lost a match, you know, since, you know, Moses was on public transportation. But the bottom line is that match was not competitive for about an hour and a half or 2 hours. We won the doubles point very easily. We won 4 of the 6 first sets. We got to 3 points in a race to 4 pretty quickly. And then in 2 of the matches, we led in one of the matches 6-4, 4-0. Again, I'm going to break out into tears here. But and in another match, we led 4-1 or 4-love in the final set. What did happen is just a little bit of an unraveling of young people who went to that place, right? Intention, you know, whether it was angry, mad, whether it was, here I go again, you know, critical of themselves. And of course, there isn't a lot of room to do that when you are playing such a elite team. And so we talked after that as a group. And for a change, I didn't talk, and I listened to every player, including the non-participating players. And to a lady, everyone said that there was nothing to learn with respect to the tennis. It all had to do with this, you know, how the rider and the horse were handling the tension. And that has been a big emphasis around how we go about our practices and competing in practice. And that's why the previous question, I took so much time. I do think that all the players have grown. And like I said earlier, you just can't outrun these things, right? You're going to hit a bad 4-iron, or you're going to get broken when you serve for the match. and it doesn't feel very good. And so you can't outrun the feelings. You have to sort of welcome them, accept that part of you, and then realize that the winner part of you needs to actually go perform. And I think our kids have integrated that better and better, and we shall soon see. One of the challenges, Chip, is that if you analyze our season since the national indoors, you know, we've obviously lost a match here and a match there, but in the context of the entire match, we haven't really had a match where we as a team have been threatened to lose the outcome. And that is, I think, the big question mark. It's a great question by you. When we do get punched in the nose, how will these young folks manage it? And we shall see.